So I wanted to quickly touch on that, and then let's rapid fire. I think I love just what the fuck is this guy talking about? Fucking Peter Thiel. This guy's talking about the fucking antichrist. And if you actually listen to some of the stuff that he's saying, there were leaks from his lectures. If you don't know, this fucking moron has been giving lectures on the antichrist. This guy has so much fucking money from Palantir, from Facebook, that he's giving lectures on the antichrist, and he's warning us that Greta Thunberg is the potential antichrist, not Larry Ellison, not him, not the guy who helped found a company that helps law enforcement all across the country and the Defense Department, State Department, all collect data, surveillance data on American citizens, and is using it to build drones and makes massive amounts of money off of the military-industrial complex. These people are not the Antichrist. The 22-year-old girl who's riding on a fucking boat to Palestine is the Antichrist. Peter Thiel famously isn't into academia, and yet in his 4 recent off-the-record lectures on the Antichrist in San Francisco, the billionaire venture capitalist has made a good case for credentialing. And in these meandering talks, Thiel is clearly aiming for the kind of syncretic thinking he so relished in the books and lectures and philosopher from Rene Girard, whom he knew. He ends up writing something like Dan Brown. He's workshopped this. So yeah, he gave an interview with Ross Douthat recently. He has been giving these lectures in San Francisco about how, in a nutshell, that the way that the Antichrist rises to power is by incessantly talking about Armageddon. And so conveniently he uses like people who talk about climate change, Greta Thunberg, people who are warning about nuclear disaster, that the Antichrist actually uses these cataclysmic events to gin up enough fear to rise to power. And if you didn't watch that Larry Ellison clip just now and think, how is that not what that guy is doing? He's literally talking about how, well, you're going to live in this surveillance paradise. The cops are going to be on their best behavior. Everybody's going to be on their best behavior. If he's not promising what Peter Thiel is alleging the Antichrist is up to, it doesn't really get much clearer than that. You know, I think the irony is just that, yeah, this guy who's made an ungodly amount of money and assuming more and more control. He's been backing Trump since 2016. He is JD Vance's business daddy. You know, he's the one that finances all of JD Vance's political ventures. He co-wrote that book with Blake Masters, the psychopath who ran for Arizona Senate and got smoked by Carrie Lake. I'm pretty sure he lost in the primary to Carrie Lake. Let me see. I'm pretty sure Arizona Senate. He ran for the House. 2022 Senate. Peter Thiel spent $10 million on a pro-master super PAC. He gave it an additional $3.5 million. He issued NFTs to raise money. Okay, so he did win the primary, but he lost to Mark Kelly. Masters was the weakest performing statewide Republican candidate in Arizona. Yeah, because he's a fucking creep. If you ever hear him talk, you hear the way that his positions on his website, like he's a fucking creep, weirdo. One of these other robots masquerading as humans, like JD Vance and Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel doesn't know whether humans should exist, but he's here giving lectures about the Antichrist. This unfuckable loser, Peter Thiel. Has been giving lectures over, I don't know, I guess maybe he just doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have enough things preoccupying his time that he's going around talking about the people talking about climate change are the real threat to human civilization. Not him. If you're worried about the climate, you might be the Antichrist. If you're building autonomous killer drones, you're standing for freedom or democracy or something. This guy, he has a cult of personality, the legend of Silicon Valley, the first investor in external investor in Facebook. Can't trust him. Yeah, Peter Thiel. This is his new venture into the antichrist, while Palantir prints government money.